Hey, what's up? Thanks for checking out my video here. This is a door handle for 1999 through 2007 GM vehicles, half ton. It's the interior door handle for these vehicles. And I'll show you what happened here. My handle, I went to get out one day and I went to grab my handle and this is what happened. See how it's kind of... There's a spring in there that broke. And I already checked it out. I took the door panel off already and was checking it out. And you can see the spring here that this door handle has on it. And that spring broke. I thought I could fix it, you know, just putting some kind of spring on there, fixing the spring. But no, you got to buy the whole part. And you can find these on eBay. They're fairly cheap, you know, 25, 30 bucks. I'm not sure where this one was made, probably China. But anyway, I'm gonna take the door panel off today and replace that door handle. So what I've got to do, there is two bolts. There is one bolt. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it in here. There's one bolt up here. You can see it up in there. And there is one bolt behind here. They are, let's see if you can see this here. They are 9/32 size bolts. They're actually screws, but you know, whatever. They got a bolt head on them. So you gotta take this off. You take it off from behind here. Let me see if I got a screwdriver. You take it off from behind here. You gotta kind of pry it off. I've had this door panel off several times. There's the bolt behind there, see? Now this thing here has a little, what do you call it? It sits in this little deal back there. So you gotta be careful when you take that all off. Also, you've got to take this triangular piece off here. That just pulls off. As simple as that. It's just got some clips behind there. You know, sits on there. Pretty simple, right? So now we're going to take some bolts off here. Roll the screw. Make sure you know where it went. I'm going to take that one off. That one's longer. To keep falling on the ground, damn it. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Well, I guess, no, you gotta take this off, right? Forgot to tell you. So you gotta take this little panel off here by the handle, and that's it. Now, what you do is you slide it up. You pull up on the door panel like that, and it comes off. And see, remember I said something about this? Push that back, make sure you don't bust anything in there. So, and there you have it. Simple as that. Look at there. That is the problem. So from here I'm going to take these bolts off, and I'm not exactly sure what size those are. Probably a 12 maybe. Anyway, there's a couple bolts here. might have to take this. I don't know, maybe there's just one. So I'm going to go find a socket or a wrench to take that off. Alright, so I got the handle off already, and there was only one bolt. I was wrong, it was a 10mm bolt that I got a wrench and got it off down there. And so then when I went to take it off, you can see there's 3 slots. And there's 3 slots, you know, that this has on it. what you do is you slide this forward, and this rod will go with it. The rod hooks on in there. You slide it forward, and then it'll come out. So that's how I did it. It's hard to hold the camera here and do everything. And this rod goes down into the there's a hole down in there, and there's a fitting. There's a plastic. Let's see. There's a plastic fitting on here, and I kind of messed this one up, but it's got a clip on it. You pull that clip back, and that rod should pull out of that fitting. And I should be able to reuse this one, but I messed it up. Luckily this new handle has that black fitting in there. You can see that black, fitting for the rod. It's gonna snap. That rod will snap into that fitting. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm just gonna put that back on there, slide that back into the slots like that, put the bolt in, and then I'll be ready to put the door panel back on. So there, I've got the handle on there. You can see I got the rod into that fitting, and I slid it. I put it on there and I slid it back, and I've got the bolt started, but not it's not tight yet. So anyway, look at that. Oh my gosh, like brand new. So that'll be nice. It won't be flopping around on there. Alright, so I tightened the bolt up, and works great. I'm all ready to put the door panel back on. So when you put it back on, and I can't take a video of me putting it back on, but anyway, make sure this is back in that, this is your lock mechanism rod. Make sure that's back in that holder there. You can see where the door panel things slide into right here. There's one up there. There's one in the back here. There's some down here. Some along the bottom there. I'm gonna have to put this light back in the bottom here. You can see where that light goes into that socket there. So here's your door panels will fit into those slots in here, there. So anyway, I'm gonna put it back on there, slide it back in. You got to slide this, gonna pull that back and slide that door panel back into that deal there. So anyway, that's my next task here, is to get it back on there. Alright, I got the door panel back on there. You kind of gotta, finagle it on there. You don't really have to pull anything up here, but you gotta make sure all the slots are in the proper spots, as you put it on there, and then you slide it down. So anyway, then I'm ready for this. Let's see if I can do this with holding the camera here. You pull that up. There's a slot here, so you gotta slide that in first. See, I can't do it with one hand. Dang it. There we go. And then that kind of pushes in there. Simple as that, right? So that's all set there. Let me see if I can do this here. The bolts in there to. Right. You want to make sure you got your setting. If you're using a drill, you gotta set it low. You don't want to strip these screws out. See, I don't have it very tight there. So, and then just gotta make sure this lines up. See where that rod goes in there, and make sure that's gonna line up there. Maybe push it back, and then put the front in first. And then I'm going the wrong direction. See? So put the front end first. Snap it in. There, that works. All right. And the front section here. Put that in there. just snaps in. There we are. All set. I got the bulb in there. Should be all good. Alright. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this helped.